My dear child, come close for a moment and just breathe with me. Something inside you already knows what really counts in life. It is not the noise, not the rush, not the endless list of things pulling at your attention. What truly matters always finds a way to rise to the top, like cream rising in a glass of milk, like the sun breaking through even the thickest clouds. And I am not here today to scare you, or make you feel small. I am here to gently shake you awake. There is a big difference between fear and awakening. Fear makes you freeze. Awakening makes you move with a clear mind and a steady heart. When you wake up to the truth, you do not panic. You feel calm. You feel ready. You remember that your life is not an accident. Your days have weight. Your hours have meaning. So I am not asking you to be afraid of time running out. I am asking you to respect the time you have, the way you would respect a gift given to you by someone who loves you deeply. Use each day well. Fill it with things that truly matter. Pour your hours into growing as a person, into loving the people around you, into living out the purpose placed inside you. So today, right now, I am asking you to act. Do not wait until something painful forces you to change. Do not wait until regret taps you on the shoulder and says, "You should have done this a long time ago." Choose today to live on purpose. Look at your life and see what needs to be moved around, what needs to be let go of, and what dream you have been putting off for far too long. As you do this, stay close to me. I will walk beside you. I will guide every step you take. I will calm the fear in your chest. I will make your heart stronger and steadier. Your time here is precious. Treat it like the treasure that it is. Before we go further, if this message is reaching your heart the way it is meant to, take a second right now and hit that subscribe button so more of these words can find their way to you when you need them most. My dear child, I want you to sit quietly with me for a little while, because there is something you have been doing so quietly that you have not even realized how much it is costing you. You keep telling yourself that you will change one day. One day you will pray more. One day you will forgive that person completely. One day you will finally start eating better, sleeping better, taking care of yourself. One day you will have that hard conversation you keep avoiding. One day you will step into the dream you know you were made for. But my child, you have been living inside the comfort of good intentions, while avoiding the real work of today. And I want you to hear this with love, not judgment. That little word, one day, has quietly become a thief in your life. It steals your urgency. It steals your courage. It steals the momentum you need to move forward. It whispers softly that you have all the time in the world, and slowly, without you noticing, it lulls you into waiting and waiting. You do not feel this loss all at once. It builds up slowly, like dust settling on a shelf. Over time, you start to feel heavy, frustrated, a little empty inside, and that feeling is simply the weight of everything you know you should have done, but have not done yet. You are not lazy, my child. You are not careless. You are careful. You think things through. You look at every angle before you move. But being careful can slowly turn into always waiting. You study the situation. You imagine every possible outcome. And you tell yourself that a better time will come. But listen closely. The perfect moment almost never announces itself with fireworks. Growth is rarely comfortable. The courage you are waiting to feel usually shows up after you take the first step, not before it. You are asking me to give you confidence before you act. But confidence is built through action itself. That is simply how you were made. When you take one small step in the right direction, your inner strength grows a little. When you keep putting it off, your doubt grows instead. And you have felt that doubt growing, haven't you? It feels like something quietly wearing away at your certainty, like a slow leak in a tire that you keep ignoring. My child, every video on this channel is created with love, faith, and dedication to sharing God's Word. If these messages inspire and encourage you, you can support our mission through PayPal, links in the description and pinned comment. Thank you for being part of this journey. Dear child, think about the one thing in your life where you keep saying, I know I should do this. You know you should set that boundary with someone. You know you should deal with that habit that keeps holding you back. You know you should build a stronger daily discipline. You know you should let go of that old resentment sitting in your heart. You know you should walk toward that opportunity waiting for you. That knowing inside you is not vague or random. It is specific for a reason. That is my voice gently nudging you toward the life you are meant to live. And when you ignore that nudge again and again, it does not disappear completely, but it does get quieter. It becomes easier to silence. And that is the real danger here. Not that I will punish you, but that your ability to hear guidance will slowly grow weaker. I want your heart to stay soft and responsive, not hard and resistant. I want your mind to stay clear, not cluttered with unfinished business. Right now, in this very moment, I am inviting you to take real action. Not something rushed or careless, but something thoughtful and steady. Think of one thing you have been putting off for one day. Pick it out clearly in your mind. Then decide on one real step you can take in the next 2 days. Do not push it into next week. Do not make deals with yourself about it. Put it on your calendar. Commit to it fully. Tell someone you trust if that will help keep you accountable. And bring me into it too. Simply say, I am choosing to move forward now. Saying it out loud matters. It breaks the pattern of standing still. It shows that you are truly ready. You might feel some resistance rising up as you think about this. That resistance often hides behind excuses that sound very reasonable. You might think, this is not really urgent, or it can wait a little longer. But look closely at that thought. If it truly could wait without any cost, you would not feel this constant tension sitting in your chest about it. That feeling of unease is a sign that something needs your attention. You were never meant to carry unfinished conviction inside you forever. When you finally deal with it, relief follows close behind. When you keep avoiding it, the pressure just keeps building. I want you to picture your life 6 months from today. Imagine that you actually took action on the thing you have been avoiding. Feel the clarity that would come with it, the confidence, the freedom. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine you put it off again. Feel the regret, the stuck feeling, the frustration that would follow. Which picture matches the person you are becoming? You are not standing still, my child. You are always changing, always growing. Always being shaped into someone with deeper character and greater purpose. That shaping only happens when you respond. I am not asking for perfection from you. I am asking for progress. And progress needs a decision. A decision needs courage. And courage is not about having no fear at all. It is about moving forward even while the fear is still there. So I am speaking straight to your heart right now. Stop pushing off what you already know you need to do. Stop making deals with your own growth. Stop telling yourself that later will somehow be easier than now. Choose today. Take that step. Make that call. Set that boundary. Change that habit. Start that new discipline. Your future self will look back and thank you for the courage you found today. You are far more capable of decisive action than you have shown lately. I see the strength inside you even when you doubt it. I see everything you are capable of even when you hesitate. Do not let one day quietly steal your destiny. Do not let delay shrink your growth. You have one life, one story unfolding day by day. Shape it on purpose. Respond quickly when you feel that nudge, and trust that when you move in line with truth, I move right along with you. I steady every step. I strengthen your resolve. I make room for you to grow. What needs to begin, let it begin. So start today, not tomorrow. Choose one thing. Take one small step. Let the momentum carry you forward from there. You will feel a shift happening quietly inside you. It will not feel dramatic at first, but it will be very real. A quiet confidence will start to grow. Clarity will deepen, and you will realize that the courage you were waiting to feel was actually waiting for you to move first. My child, let us talk honestly for a moment. You tell me you trust me. You say you believe in my guidance for your life. And yet, whenever uncertainty shows up at your door, your first instinct is to grip tighter. You start rehearsing every possible outcome in your head. You try to manage every little detail. You calculate every scenario before it even happens. You hold on tightly because holding on feels safe to you. I understand why. You have been let down before. You have faced outcomes you never expected. You have learned that being prepared can soften the pain. But there is a real difference between planning wisely and controlling out of fear. And lately, you have been leaning more toward fear than wisdom. When you grip too tightly, your shoulders tense up without you noticing. Your thoughts start racing. Your sleep becomes lighter and less restful. You become extra alert to every little thing that could go wrong. You start reading hidden meanings into simple conversations. You brace yourself for rejection before it has even happened. You prepare for loss before it occurs. That constant bracing wears you down. It steals your joy. It shrinks your view of life down to just the threats around you. And underneath all of it is a quiet fear that if you ever loosen your grip, everything will fall apart. I want you to look honestly at that belief. Has holding on so tightly actually stopped every painful thing from happening? Has your constant watchfulness truly kept you safe? Or has it simply left you exhausted? Trust is not sitting back and doing nothing. Trust is an active choice to loosen your grip exactly when your instinct tells you to hold on tighter. It is choosing to believe that my wisdom sees further than your calculations ever could. It is believing that my view of your life stretches far beyond what you alone can see. This does not mean you stop being responsible. It means you stop being obsessive. There is a real difference. Responsibility means doing the part that is truly yours to do. Obsession means trying to control the parts that were never yours to control in the first place. You have blurred that line, my child, and the result has been anxiety wearing the disguise of hard work and care. Right now, think about the one area where you are holding on the tightest. Maybe it is your money. Maybe it is a relationship that feels uncertain. Maybe it is the direction of your career. Maybe it is your health. You have been studying every detail. You have been running through every possible outcome. You have been trying to predict and prevent every bad thing that could happen. Just pause. Take a breath. Ask yourself honestly whether all this controlling is actually giving you any peace. If it is not, then it is not really trust, no matter what you call it. I am not telling you to throw away wisdom. I am not telling you to stop planning ahead. I am asking you to let go of the idea that you can control every single variable in your life. You cannot, and realizing that is not weakness. It is freedom. When you accept your limits, you open up space for my strength to work. When you release that obsessive grip, you become open to guidance you might otherwise miss completely. Dear child, we are committed to spreading hope, faith, and the message of Jesus Christ to people around the world. If you would like to help us continue this work, please visit PayPal links below. Your kindness means more than words can express. Here is something practical I want you to try. The next time you feel your thoughts spinning into control mode, stop and interrupt them on purpose. Say to yourself, I will do what is truly mine to do, and I will trust beyond that. Then take one solid action within what is actually your responsibility, and let go of the rest. If money worries you, make a wise and simple plan, then stop obsessing over every number. If a relationship worries you, speak honestly and openly. Then release your grip on how the other person responds. If a decision worries you, gather the information you need, then choose and move forward, without replaying every other option over and over in your mind. You may be afraid that letting go of control will leave you exposed. But the truth is, holding on so tightly has already left you tired and worn out. Trust does not remove every risk from life. It removes the chaos happening inside your mind. It settles your thoughts. It frees up your energy for things that truly matter instead of endless worry and guessing. You say you trust me. Now is the time to actually practice it, not just with words, but with the way you carry yourself. Loosen your grip. Take a deep breath. Invite me into the uncertainty instead of trying to erase it completely. Nothing that happens surprises me. I am never scrambling to catch up with events I did not see coming. I am steady. I am aware. I am present with you right now. When your posture matches that truth, your anxiety starts to shrink. Let go of the need to predict every outcome. Let go of the pressure to manage every little detail. Let go of the belief that your constant worrying is the only thing holding your life together. It is not. There is far more holding you up than you can see with your own eyes. When you truly practice trust, you will notice something shift inside you. Your mind will grow quieter. Your shoulders will relax. Your reactions will become calmer and more thoughtful instead of rushed and anxious. Let go, not carelessly, but on purpose. Do your part faithfully and hand the rest over to me. That is what real trust looks like. That is strong faith. And that is the posture that will carry you forward steady and calm instead of tense and strained. If these words are landing somewhere deep in your heart right now, take a moment and subscribe to this channel so you never miss the next message meant just for you. My child, stay close to me for this next part because it touches something very deep inside you. You carry your past around like a permanent label stitched onto your chest. You remember every mistake in sharp, painful detail. You replay conversations where you did not speak as kindly or wisely as you wished you had. You revisit decisions that led to outcomes you never saw coming. You dwell on the times you hurt someone or the times someone hurt you. Those memories have quietly shaped how you see yourself. They have formed silent conclusions in your mind about who you are and what you deserve. And I need you to hear this clearly. You have let your history define you far more powerfully than I ever have. You believe that because something happened, it must be permanently stamped onto your identity. You tell yourself, I am the mistake, instead of, I am someone who once made a mistake. You tell yourself, I am the failure, instead of, I am someone who went through a failure. That small shift in words matters more than you think. Words shape belief. Belief shapes the way you act. When your whole identity becomes your worst chapter, your growth gets stuck. You hold back from moving forward because you assume you will just repeat the same mistake. You pull away from new opportunities because you are afraid of being seen. You shrink your own potential because deep down you believe you are simply broken. I want you to pause right now and think about this honestly. When I look at you, I do not see a pile of mistakes. I see a story still being written. I see lessons that came through hard moments. I see strength that grew out of regret. I see humility that grew out of consequence. I see depth where there used to be innocence. Your past is not a prison, unless you choose to keep living inside it. It is part of your training. It is part of your shaping. It is not the full picture of who you are. Even though you have let it become that in your own mind, there is something in you that almost feels safer holding on to old guilt. It keeps you cautious. It keeps you from reaching too far. It keeps you guarded and careful, but it also keeps you small. You hesitate to chase growth because you question whether you even deserve it. You hesitate to trust happiness because you expect it to fall apart. You hesitate to accept forgiveness because somewhere inside you still believe you owe a debt that has already been paid. I need you to stop punishing yourself for things that have already been dealt with. I need you to let go of the idea that carrying shame proves you are taking responsibility. Shame is not strength. Taking real responsibility is strength, and you have already faced the consequences of your past in many ways. Now I am asking you to try something that might feel unfamiliar. Separate who you are from what you once did. Change how you speak about yourself. When an old memory rises up, do not let it spiral into self-blame. Instead say, I learned from that. Say, I grew because of that. Say, I am not that same person anymore. And truly mean it. Growth is not just a nice idea for you, my child. It is something real that has already happened. You have matured. You have adjusted. You have reflected deeply. You have changed in ways you might not even fully notice yet. I see the shift in how you speak. I see the shift in the choices you make. I see the shift in what you now value most. Stop pretending you are stuck in the exact same place you used to be. You might think that letting go of your past feels irresponsible, as if you are pretending it never mattered. But that is not what I am asking of you. I am asking you to carry it wisely, not drag it around destructively. There is a difference between remembering and reliving. Remembering can teach you something valuable. Reliving simply traps you in the same painful loop. You have been reliving certain moments far longer than you needed to. You revisit them with harsh self-criticism instead of gentle understanding. That habit needs to change starting now. Here is what I want you to do the next time an old regret rises up in your mind. Do not push it down and ignore it. Do not sit and feed it either. Look at it honestly. Ask yourself what it actually taught you. Name that lesson clearly in your mind. Then consciously release the heavy feeling attached to it. Picture yourself placing that regret gently into my hands. Say, I learned what I needed to learn from this. And then keep walking forward. That simple, deliberate action retrains your mind over time. It breaks the cycle of constantly judging yourself. You are not defined by your worst decision. You are not chained to your lowest moment. You are becoming someone wiser, steadier, and more compassionate because of everything you have lived through. Let that truth reshape how you see yourself. Do not shrink back from opportunities because of old stories you keep telling yourself. Step forward with the maturity you have actually gained. Speak about yourself honestly, but also with kindness. I am asking you clearly now, stop rehearsing your past as if it is your future. Stop introducing yourself to your own mind as someone who failed. Introduce yourself instead as someone who is still growing. Choose to line your identity up with who you are becoming, not who you used to be. That single shift will free up more strength than you can imagine. It will bring back your confidence. It will bring back your courage. And it will allow you to walk into what is ahead without dragging around weight that was never meant to stay with you. My child, this ministry exists to bring encouragement, prayer, and God's truth to every heart that needs it. You can stand with us through PayPal links in the description and pinned comment. May God bless you abundantly for your love and support. Dear one, there is a pattern happening inside you right now that is very common right before real growth. Just before clarity arrives, tiredness often gets stronger. Just before things finally settle, resistance often rises. Just before a breakthrough shows up, doubt often gets louder. And you are living right in the middle of that exact moment. You feel unusually worn out. You feel tempted to just stop trying so hard. You feel like pulling back and settling for less effort than before. You tell yourself, maybe this is all just too much for you. But I need you to see clearly what is really happening here. You are not failing, my child. You are close to something new opening up. Right before a real shift happens, pressure often builds, both inside you and around you. Your old habits fight to stay in control. Your comfort zone tightens its hold on you. Fear starts whispering that staying exactly the same would just be easier. That whisper sounds very convincing when you are already tired. You start reading your tiredness as a sign that you should stop. But sometimes tiredness is simply proof that you have been stretching yourself in a good way. Muscles ache before they grow stronger. Growth feels strained before it settles into something stable. You are feeling the strain of becoming someone more aligned, more disciplined, more intentional than before. Think back over the last few months of your life. You have been thinking more deeply about things. You have been questioning patterns that used to feel completely normal to you. You have been noticing habits that no longer fit who you are becoming. You have been sensing that the way you are living now is not the final version of your story. That awareness did not come from nowhere. It is preparation. And preparation often feels uncomfortable while it is happening. It disrupts your usual routine. It challenges the comfort you had settled into. It disturbs what once felt safe and familiar. Right now you feel tempted to retreat, to tell yourself that all this effort is simply too much, to find reasons to stay exactly where you are. But pause for a moment and think about what retreating would actually give you. It might bring some short-term relief, yes, but it would also bring back the same frustration you have already grown past. You would feel that same stagnant feeling creep back in. You have already tasted enough growth that staying stuck will no longer feel satisfying to you. That is exactly why this moment feels so intense. You cannot unlearn what you now understand about yourself. Let me speak directly into your tiredness right now. Rest, but do not quit. Slow down, but do not turn around. Adjust your pace if you need to, but do not throw away the progress you have already made. There is a real difference between healthy rest and giving up completely. What you need right now is restoration, not retreat. Take some time to slow down and reset. Spend a few quiet, deliberate minutes with me each day. Reconnect with the reason you started making changes in the first place. Remind yourself of that moment of clarity when you first sensed something needed to shift in your life. You are closer than you think you are. The resistance you feel is often a sign that something meaningful is quietly forming beneath the surface. When you push through this stretch of your journey with wisdom and balance, you will step into a steadier season. The fog will begin to clear. Your direction will sharpen. The discipline that feels forced right now will start to feel much more natural over time. But you must get through this between stretch without giving in to discouragement. Here is what I want you to focus on during this season. Protect your mindset carefully. Limit how much time you spend around voices that feed your doubt. Surround yourself with truth instead. Keep reinforcing good habits, even in tiny amounts. Celebrate small wins along the way. Do not demand a dramatic transformation to happen overnight. Recognize how powerful small, steady steps become when you add them up over time. And when discouragement shows up, face it directly. Say, I am tired, but I am not finished. Say, I am stretched, but I am growing. Those words are not just empty phrases to repeat. They are simply the truth. You are evolving. And evolving takes endurance. I am walking through this exact phase with you. I see the progress you struggle to notice in yourself. I see the quiet inner changes that other people around you cannot see. Do not measure your journey only by what shows up on the outside. Measure it by your alignment, your honesty, and your intention. Those foundations are getting stronger, even if the outward results have not fully appeared yet. Hold steady. Do not abandon what you have already started. Adjust wisely where needed. Rest on purpose. Keep moving forward one step at a time. The breakthrough you are hoping for is not as far away as it feels right now. Stay engaged. Stay close to me. Let this tired season shape you into someone stronger, rather than letting it push you backward. You are closer than you think, my child. My child. I want you to listen carefully now, because this is something you rarely let yourself think about honestly. You have been shrinking the gifts I placed inside you. You downplay your own talents. You brush off your own insight. You wave away the influence you actually carry. When someone tells you something kind and true about yourself, you deflect it right away. When an opportunity comes along that would stretch you, you hesitate. You tell yourself you are not ready enough, not qualified enough, not equipped enough. And while humility is a beautiful thing, constantly making yourself smaller is not humility at all. It is fear wearing a polite little mask. It is insecurity dressed up to look like modesty. And it is holding you back in ways you may not even fully realize. You have talents that feel completely ordinary to you, simply because they come so naturally. You assume that if something is easy for you, it must not be very valuable. But that assumption is false. The things that flow naturally out of you are often the clearest proof of how you were designed. I made you on purpose, with specific strengths woven into your personality, your way of seeing things, your way of communicating, your emotional awareness. You notice small details that others walk right past. You sense shifts in the mood of a room. You think carefully before you speak. You connect ideas together with real clarity. None of this happened by accident. These are not just personality traits. They are assignments. And yet you treat them so casually, as if they mean nothing at all. My child, if these messages have brought peace to your heart, strengthened your faith, or reminded you of God's love, please consider supporting this ministry through PayPal links below. Together, we can continue sharing hope and God's word with countless souls around the world. Dear one, let me say this plainly. When you shrink your own gifts, you do not become more humble in my eyes. You simply delay the good you were meant to bring into the world. You rob the people around you of what you could actually offer them. You convince yourself that staying small keeps you safe. But safety that costs you your calling is not really safety at all. It is just quiet stagnation. You were never made to live constantly doubting yourself. You were made to carry what has been given to you with real confidence and care. That is not arrogance. That is simply responsibility. If I gave you insight, use it. If I gave you compassion, share it generously. If I shaped you with the ability to lead others, then grow into that fully. You might be remembering moments when you stepped forward boldly and were met with criticism instead of support. You remember times your confidence was met with rejection. Those experiences have shaped your hesitation today. You learned that being visible also means being vulnerable. You decided it felt safer to just blend into the background. I understand why you made that choice, but blending in is not the same thing as truly belonging. When you hide your strengths, you feel unfinished inside. You sense a quiet friction because you are not fully expressing who you were truly made to be. Right now, think of one ability you constantly play down. Do not dismiss it as unimportant. Write it down somewhere. Then ask yourself honestly how you have been avoiding using it fully. Have you skipped an opportunity because you doubted yourself too much? Have you stayed silent in a conversation when your perspective could have genuinely helped someone? Have you avoided leading simply because you feared being misunderstood? These patterns are not humility, my child. They are hesitation dressed up in insecurity. You do not need approval from everyone around you to walk in your calling. You need alignment with me. When you are aligned with me, your confidence becomes steady because it is rooted in purpose instead of applause. Applause fades away quickly. Approval changes with the wind, but purpose stays steady. I want you steady. I want you grounded. That steadiness only comes when you fully accept what has been placed inside you, instead of questioning it over and over. Stop measuring your readiness by some idea of perfection. You will never feel 100% prepared for every opportunity that comes your way. Growth always requires stretching. Stretching always feels a little uncomfortable at first, but discomfort does not mean you are disqualified. It simply means you are developing. Step into the spaces that challenge you. Speak up when your voice carries something worth sharing. Offer your help when you sense someone truly needs it. Take initiative when that inner nudge shows up. And when doubt rises, question it directly. Ask yourself if that doubt is based on truth or if it is simply fear talking. Very often it is fear of being exposed, fear of failing, fear of being judged. Fear always makes your vision smaller. Faith makes it bigger. I am not asking you to throw away wisdom. I am asking you to reject the habit of sabotaging yourself. You have far more capacity inside you than you allow yourself to admit. You say you want to truly live your life. Then stop shrinking your own design. Stop apologizing for your strengths. Stop pretending you are less capable than you really are. Walk forward with balanced, honest confidence. Let your gifts grow through practice. Let your influence grow through courage. And whenever you feel unsure, come back to me for clarity instead of retreating into self-doubt. I placed something meaningful inside you. Do not bury it under a false idea of humility. Nurture it. Develop it. Share it freely with those around you. The people in your life need exactly what you carry. And you will feel far more alive the moment you stop shrinking and start caring for what has been entrusted to you. If you have felt seen in this message so far, that means it is working exactly the way it should. Take a second to subscribe now, so these words keep finding you exactly when you need them. My child, there is something you keep quietly waiting for, that you do not actually need at all. You are waiting for permission. You are waiting for someone else to tell you that you are allowed to move forward. You are waiting for outside approval to prove that your dreams and desires are valid. You hesitate because you assume you need some formal invitation before you take your next step. But hear me clearly right now. You already have permission. You do not need everyone to agree with you before you pursue growth. You do not need every single person around you to approve of your direction. You do not need perfect certainty before you take action. The conviction you feel inside, that steady stirring, that clarity that returns even after doubt tries to drown it out, that is enough. I have already planted within you the awareness you need to move forward. You are not being reckless by responding to that awareness. You are being responsible. You have been trained to seek validation before you act. You check with other people. You gather everyone's opinions. You look for agreement from the crowd. Wisdom certainly includes listening to good advice, but paralysis begins the moment you hand over every single decision to someone else. You start trusting other people's opinions more than the quiet discernment I am building inside you. That pattern weakens your confidence and creates a kind of dependency. It makes you doubt yourself even in moments when you already sense the right path clearly. Right now, think about a decision you have been putting off simply because you were waiting for someone else's approval. Maybe you wanted encouragement from a specific person in your life. Maybe you hoped circumstances would line up in some dramatic, obvious way. Maybe you thought a clear sign would remove all your doubt completely. But very often, the permission you are searching for outside of yourself is already sitting quietly inside you. You feel the readiness. You feel the calling. You feel the discomfort of staying exactly where you are. Those feelings matter. You are not being careless by stepping into growth. You are not being prideful by trusting your own discernment. You are not being disloyal by choosing what aligns with truth over what feels comfortable. If a door is healthy and wise for you to walk through it. If a boundary needs to be set, set it. If a new habit needs to begin, then begin it. Do not wait around for applause. Simply act with integrity. You might be afraid that moving forward without everyone's approval will leave you feeling isolated. And sometimes, yes, growth does change the relationships around you. Not everyone will understand the direction you are heading in. Some people might even feel a little threatened by your growth. But staying stuck just to protect comfort is not loyalty. It is compromise. I want to see you growing. I want to see you stretching. I want to see you aligned with the purpose that is unfolding inside you. Here is something I want you to start practicing. When you sense a clear, honest conviction inside you, test it wisely. Take it to prayer, and then act on it. Do not spend the following week second guessing the decision over and over. Stand firmly behind it. Adjust course if truly needed, but do not talk yourself into total paralysis. Confidence is built through decisive obedience. Indecision slowly wears away your clarity. You are not a small child needing to be told exactly what to do in every little detail of your life. You are maturing. You are learning discernment. You are fully capable of making thoughtful decisions in line with the guidance you are given. Trust that growth happening inside you. Trust that development. Trust that your judgment is being shaped for good reason. And when insecurity whispers that you are overstepping, examine where that whisper is really coming from. Is it wisdom gently asking you to slow down? Or is it fear trying to stop your progress? Learn the difference between the two. Wisdom feels calm and steady. Fear feels rushed and frantic. When your motivation is rooted in honesty and true alignment, you do not need everyone's stamp of approval. Stop waiting for someone else to confirm what has already been confirmed inside you. Stop delaying action just because you crave more reassurance. Move thoughtfully, yes. Ask for wise counsel, yes. But do not give away your own ability to choose. You have permission to grow. You have permission to change. You have permission to pursue what truly aligns with who you are. So move forward. Make the call. Adjust the pattern that no longer serves you. Start the project you have been putting off. Set the boundary you know you need. Speak the truth you have been holding back. You do not need some grand ceremony or announcement. You simply need courage. And you already carry more of it inside you than you believe you do. My child, every video is created with prayer, time, and dedication to reach those who may be searching for encouragement and faith. By supporting this ministry through PayPal, you help keep this mission growing and touching more lives each day. God bless you abundantly. Dear child, come close now, because this next part touches something quiet but very powerful inside you. You have been feeding fear in small ways that feel harmless on the surface. But those small seeds are growing real roots underneath. You tell yourself you are simply being careful, that you are just preparing for what might happen, that you are staying informed. But if you are truly honest with yourself, you spend far more time picturing what could go wrong than picturing what could go right. You replay possible failures over and over in your mind, almost as if imagining them will somehow stop them from happening. You scroll through stories that reinforce danger and uncertainty, and slowly, without any dramatic warning sign, your view of the world starts to narrow. Your confidence softens. Your hope starts to feel fragile. I am not criticizing your desire to be wise. Wisdom is good. Awareness is good. Preparation is good. But fear is not the same thing as wisdom. Fear makes problems look bigger than they really are, and makes possibilities look smaller than they truly are. Fear speaks loudly and urgently, constantly pushing you to brace yourself for the worst. Think about the first thing that fills your mind when you wake up each morning. Is it gratitude, or is it tension? Is it hopeful expectation, or is it worry? You might not even notice this pattern anymore because it has quietly become normal for you. But normal does not always mean healthy. You have been normalizing stress. You have been normalizing an overloaded mind. You have been normalizing worst-case thinking. And I am gently calling you to look at that habit with real courage. Right now, pause and think about what you regularly take in. The conversations you spend your time in, the media you consume, the inner voice you repeat to yourself, all of it is shaping you. None of it is neutral. It is quietly building your internal atmosphere. If you keep exposing yourself to stories about instability, your body stays stuck in alert mode. If you keep rehearsing self-doubt, your confidence keeps weakening. If you keep expecting rejection, you begin pulling away from people before anything even happens. You might believe these habits are protecting you, but really they are shrinking you. They reduce your ability to trust. They shrink your willingness to step forward into life. I need you to become intentional about what you allow into your mind. Guard it carefully, my child. Do not treat your thoughts as unimportant background noise. Your thoughts are builders. They are architects. They are constructing your outlook on life one sentence at a time. If a thought starts with, "What if this fails?" challenge it right away. Replace it with, "What if this actually grows into something good?" If a thought says, "I cannot handle this," interrupt it quickly. Replace it with, "I will grow through this." These are not just nice sayings to repeat. They are real shifts in direction. They change the entire tone of the conversation happening inside your head. Understand this deeply, my child. What you think about again and again slowly becomes what you naturally expect, and what you expect shapes how you act. If you expect disappointment, you hold yourself back. If you expect growth, you lean forward into life. Your expectations matter more than you realize. They shape the way you carry yourself through each day. And I do not want you living in quiet dread. I want you living in calm, grounded confidence. So here is my invitation to you today. Take a look at what you feed your mind. Notice which conversations leave you feeling heavy afterward. Notice which content increases your worry. Notice which inner scripts play over and over automatically in your head. Then make changes. Reduce what drains you. Increase what strengthens you. Spend real, quiet time with me. Replace noise with stillness. Replace endless speculation with simple prayer. Replace catastrophic thinking with grounded, honest reflection. You have far more control over your inner world than you believe you do. You are not simply a passenger being carried along by fear. You are an active participant in shaping your own thoughts. Take ownership of that. Do not feed fear just because it feels familiar to you. Choose differently. Feed your faith instead. Feed your courage. Feed your clarity. I am not asking you to ignore reality around you. I am asking you to view that reality through trust instead of tension. You are fully capable of being wise without living in constant dread. You are capable of preparing for the future without rehearsing disaster in your mind every day. Strengthen the way you talk to yourself. Speak truth over your own life. And when fear rises up, because it will at times, bring it straight to me. Do not let it sit there unchecked. Hand it over to me and let me reset your perspective. You were never meant to live in a constant state of alarm. You were made to live in steady, quiet assurance. Guard your mind carefully. Choose what you feed it wisely. Strengthen your inner voice, and watch your peace grow as fear slowly loses its grip over your expectations. My child, there is something you keep imagining about real change in your life. You picture one dramatic moment that transforms everything at once. You imagine breakthrough arriving like a sudden storm that instantly sweeps away your old patterns. You are waiting for a surge of motivation so powerful that staying disciplined suddenly feels effortless. And because that dramatic moment has never quite arrived, you sometimes feel stuck in place. You tell yourself that once the right feeling finally shows up, then you will start being consistent. Let me speak to you clearly and gently. Most of the growth waiting for you in this life will not arrive through dramatic, sudden shifts. It will come through daily discipline. It will come through small, steady choices repeated quietly over time. It will come through habits that feel very ordinary on the surface, but add up to something extraordinary over months and years. You underestimate the power of simple consistency because it does not look impressive. It does not turn heads. It does not earn applause. It simply builds quietly, day after day. Think about the areas of your life where you truly want change. You want deeper peace. You want stronger faith. You want healthier routines. You want better communication with the people you love. You want clear, healthy boundaries. None of these things require one huge emotional breakthrough. They require repeated practice over time. Peace grows every time you redirect an anxious thought. Faith deepens every time you spend a little time with me. Health improves every time you choose the wiser option, again and again. Communication grows stronger every time you choose honesty and truly listen. Boundaries become solid every time you reinforce them without backing down. You already have discipline inside you, my child. You have shown it in other parts of your life already. You show up for your responsibilities. You meet your deadlines. You keep your commitments to others. But when it comes to your own personal growth, sometimes you wait around for inspiration instead of building simple structure. Inspiration feels powerful, but it comes and goes unpredictably. Discipline is far more reliable. It keeps carrying you forward, even when your feelings rise and fall. I want you to change how you think about growth. Stop waiting for some life-altering event to arrive. Start building small, life-altering habits instead. Pick one habit to strengthen this week. Make it specific and clear. If you want a deeper connection with me, choose a set time each day and honor it the same way you would honor an important meeting. If you want better physical health, commit to one simple, manageable routine and protect it fiercely. If you want emotional clarity, practice something simple like writing your thoughts down consistently. Small actions add up quietly. 5 minutes each day turns into hours over the months. One honest conversation becomes a pattern of truthfulness. One small boundary becomes a lasting standard in your life. You might not feel dramatic progress right away, but progress will be happening quietly underneath the surface the whole time. Roots always grow silently before the branches ever become visible above ground. You have sometimes told yourself that you simply lack motivation, but the real truth is that you often lack structure. Structure creates stability. Stability creates momentum. Momentum fuels motivation. So flip the order around. Do not wait to feel ready before you act. Act first, and let readiness catch up to you afterward. And when you stumble, because you will sometimes, do not throw away the whole effort. Simply reassess quickly. Adjust if you need to. Then keep going steadily. Do not let one missed day convince you that you have completely failed. Consistency does not mean perfection. It means persistence. I am inviting you today to embrace the quiet power of daily discipline. Build small rhythms that support your growth. Protect them carefully. Honor them fully. Treat them like sacred commitments you are making to your future self. You do not need some massive overhaul of your entire life. You need steady, sustained intention. Start today. Choose one habit. Commit to it fully. Invite me into it with you. And watch how small, Faithful steps slowly transform areas of your life that once felt completely stuck. Growth is not always loud or dramatic, but it is deeply powerful when it stays consistent. My child, a single act of kindness can help God's message reach someone who needs hope today. If you feel blessed by this channel, you can stand with us through the PayPal links in the description and pinned comment. Thank you for helping us spread God's love one soul at a time. Dear child, let me speak now into something you have felt deep inside, but never fully put into words. You say you want peace. You long for calm. You talk often about wanting steadiness in your heart and clarity in your mind. And yet, when decisions come your way, you often choose pressure instead of peace. You agree to commitments you truly do not have room for. You stay in conversations that quietly drain your spirit. You let expectations, both your own and other people's, control your pace of life. Then you wonder why your mind feels so cluttered and your heart feels so crowded. I am not judging you here, my child. I am simply pointing out the contrast you already feel. You cannot keep choosing pressure again and again and expect peace to somehow grow on its own. Somewhere along your journey, you learned to equate being busy with being valuable. You began believing deep down that a full schedule means you matter. So you fill up your calendar completely. You stretch your energy thin. You overextend your time to everyone around you. And whenever quiet space appears in your day, you feel uneasy. You start thinking you should be doing more. That uneasy feeling pushes you right back into constant activity. It becomes a repeating cycle. Slowly, quietly, you burn out. You call it responsibility. But so much of it is simply strain you have placed on yourself. Peace feels unfamiliar to you because you have not truly made it a priority. Let me ask you something gently. When was the last time you rested without feeling guilty about it? When did you last say no to something because you sensed it would hurt your inner balance? When did you last make space for quiet reflection instead of constant reaction? You hesitate to protect your own peace because you are afraid of disappointing others. You are afraid of being misunderstood. You are afraid of appearing less capable in someone else's eyes. But constantly giving up your peace just to keep up appearances is not something you can sustain forever. It is slow wear and tear on your soul. It chips away at your joy. It narrows your ability to see life clearly. I want you to rethink what real strength actually looks like. Strength is not being available to everyone at all times. Strength is having wise boundaries. Strength is knowing exactly when to say yes and when to say no. Strength is choosing what truly aligns with you over simply seeking approval from others. You do not owe every single person your time and energy. You do not have to answer every request the moment it arrives. You do not need to prove how reliable you are by exhausting yourself completely. You are allowed to protect your peace on purpose. Right now, I invite you to look honestly at where the pressure in your life is coming from. Figure out which pressures are truly necessary and which ones are simply optional. Some responsibilities are real and cannot be avoided. Others are choices you have made simply out of habit or fear. Be honest with yourself about the difference. Let go of what you truly can. Renegotiate what you must keep. Simplify wherever it is possible. Peace does not just happen by accident. It has to be built on purpose. You have also let internal pressure take over your thoughts far too often. You hold yourself to standards that go beyond what is wise or fair. You replay small mistakes as if they were huge disasters. You judge your own performance far more harshly than anyone else ever would. That inner tension only adds to the outer stress you already carry. I want you to soften the way you talk to yourself. Replace harsh judgment with gentle, helpful reflection. Speak to yourself the same way you would speak to someone you truly love. Peace will not show up just because your circumstances suddenly become perfect. Peace grows every time you choose alignment again and again. When you pause before overcommitting, when you take a breath before reacting, when you check in with me before saying yes to something. Those small choices add up over time. They create margin in your life. Margin creates clarity. Clarity creates calm. You want that calm clarity, my child. I know you do. So stop choosing the things that work against it. Protect your energy. Guard your schedule carefully. Slow your pace whenever you need to. Invite me into your everyday decisions and simply ask, does this line up with peace? If the answer is no, think it over again. I am not calling you to give up on responsibility altogether. I am guiding you toward a healthier, more sustainable way of living. You can be productive without being under constant pressure. You can stay engaged in life without running yourself into the ground. But you have to choose differently, starting now. Peace is not something passive that just happens to you. It is a disciplined choice you make again and again, so choose it. Decline what needs to be declined. Release what needs to be released. Adjust your pace when necessary. Prioritize being fully present over simply being busy. You may feel some resistance at first, because pressure has become so familiar to you. But push through that resistance gently, and keep choosing peace, one honest decision at a time, because that is exactly the life I want you to walk in. Calm, steady, and truly free. My dear child, before you go, I want you to carry these last words with you like a small light in your pocket. Everything we have walked through together today was never meant to make you feel behind or not good enough. It was meant to remind you of something very simple and very true. You are loved exactly as you are right now, and you are also being lovingly shaped into something even more beautiful with each new day. You do not need to fix everything at once. You do not need to have every answer today. You simply need to take the next small step with an honest heart and let me handle the rest. So breathe easy tonight. Release what you have been holding onto too tightly. Trust a little more. Rest a little more. Forgive yourself a little more. And wake up tomorrow ready to keep walking, one gentle, steady step at a time, because I am walking right beside you today, tomorrow, and every single day after that. If these words have blessed you tonight, share them with someone who needs to hear them too, and stay close. Because there is always more love waiting for you right here.